Something I wanted to discuss also as well. I came across this post on Facebook. It's from a group I'm in called the Meme Elite. So, fans, be sure to check that out. They've got a lot of funny, as the name implies, memes and other interesting wrestling posts and hot takes. But one post I came across, it had a few memes with some pretty hot takes that I want to discuss, see what you guys thought about them. If it's something that we agree with or disagree, or how you want to you know, look at it. Okay. So, first one, Dragonoff. Push him the way you push Gunther, he's better.
Yeah, but isn't he no longer in the company?
Yeah,
Well, he's not officially gone. The word is that he's not renewing his contract. Now, things could always change. There have been people in the past who said they're not going to renew, and then they get the right offer, or there's a talk about a new creative direction, and we see them stick around. So, I think they definitely need to have that talk. Um, I wouldn't say push him the way you push Gunther. I would say push him the way you pushed him in NXT, because the way you push Gunther and the way you push Dragunov are different. Gunther is this unstoppable powerhouse, and he's just going to run through the roster like a tank. Dragunov is not a monster. He's got an unstoppable will. Like Dragunov will not die. Gunther is a monster that can be killed. Dragunov refuses to die.
Let's just
And
say give him a push.
exactly, give him a
exactly.
push. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna push him the way blank, 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 push him the way you pushed him in NXT. That's what I would say.
I can agree with that. I
Yeah,
mean, because go
he
ahead.
already had something going when he was U.S. champ.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
unfortunate thing is the injuries.
yeah, he had the injury, but and if he can stay healthy, if he can't stay healthy, then that's another thing to look at.
That's a
But
problem.
we're we got our fingers crossed, and we're going in an injury free Dragon off. That's what we're basing that on.
But yeah, but to your point, I agree. Definitely give him a great push to be beyond just mid card. Give him a push toward those bigger titles because he could put on a great match.
Exactly. All right. Next, Chad Gable change his theme song and stop trying to make the clap happen. It's not going to happen.
That's not a hot take. That's just the truth.
uh,
That's just the truth.
the theme song, I'm not a fan of it, but that doesn't mean it couldn't grow on me. But stop. They need to change his character. So they've got him being more serious, but it's still almost kind of corny, like babyface Kurt Angle, but before he went to TNA. They can make him a serious character and a little tougher.
Yeah.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, the clap, not necessarily. No, it's not going to happen. But give him something else.
That clap should just be a one-time thing because Minnesota doing the skull chant. Yeah, but
Right.
Yeah,
just let it go.
yeah. Someone needs to sit down with him and come up with some ideas, but that ain't it. The
Mm-mm.
I
theme
mean,
song.
and maybe it's just hard for him to have that type of character because he honestly, I hate to say it, he worked better as a heel when he was doing the shoes and all that.
He's corny. I mean, tell you, yeah.
Well, see, here's
Sometimes
the
you just
thing. They ruined him with Shorty G, and just from that point
Yeah,
forward,
they
oh
did.
if he
Lord, no.
kept even when they broke up, what was their team called with Jason Jordan? Okay. Even when they broke up, what was his team called with Jason Jordan?
American Alpha.
American
Alpha,
Alpha.
yeah.
So even when they broke up American Alpha, they could have let him keep his character, because it was kind of a mix between a serious guy and early Kurt Angle, but it worked.
I hate to say it, he may have to go Perk Angle. I think he. I mean, but Perk Angle was so good in TNA.
I mean, but he has the potential to be that good too.
That's what I'm saying. Like he has to
Yeah,
go. They have to push him to be like a Perk Angle type.
they need to give
Maybe
him, I don't know, bigger opponents, I don't know what they need to do, but
He
they need to,
needs to have a bigger mean streak.
yeah,
Absolutely.
not even mean streak, tough streak. I would say a tough streak.
Yeah, I mean, he
So,
does it a little bit when he does the ankle lock, but it needs to be like something where it's like he almost like Kirk had that thing where he snapped.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think he needs to have
that.
that type of he needs to have that.
And I think his promos need to change too, because
Yes.
I think we're past the whole, happy smiling baby face. We get it. Okay, you're on your redemption arc, and you want to be better than you were when you were El Grande, and we get it. Okay, let's move past that. Let's kick some ass now. So I think his promos need to change for one thing. You don't have to be the total nice guy. Just don't be an asshole.
Right.
You're there to wrestle, you're there to win, you're there to kick ass, and your promos should show that. Okay, I'm the Intercontinental Champion now, and I dare someone to come take this off me.
I think you put him in a good program right now with somebody who can bring that out of him. I think would be good. Like, unfortunately, someone like a Baron Corbin would have been great for him.
Baron Corbin would have been perfect if they hadn't moved him to SmackDown, put him on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's but yeah, something needs to change. Whatever drug y'all gave her, give her more. I think we've said before that this is the best thing that's happened to her, because I personally thought her old character was so stale.
Right.
And, we're getting a chance to see a lot more of, what she can do, what she can provide on the mic. And, she was already good in the ring. I didn't really diss her ring work. It was just her character.
Oh, that's no question. You're not going to question what she can do in the ring. She didn't really have much time on the mic, but I think if you just give her a little more to go on, she'll be fine.
Yeah,
exactly. Like to push her character a little bit darker, a little bit deeper, and to let her moves be even more aggressive.
exactly. So just kind of keep doing what you're doing and build on her. Like you said, give her more. All right. Rhea Ripley needs character evolution past just calling herself mommy. So I would say ever since she was done feuding with Liv, it's been pretty much on cruise control. She had a good feud with Liv in the Judgment Day. She had a good feud with Charlotte. She had a good feud with Jade. But aside from that, and even her feud with Jade, it just seems like something was off from her end.
But
Jade,
I think that deals with the personal issues that she was dealing with outside the ring.
Yeah.
Not injury wise, but psychological.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So once let's say she comes back, she heals up and she's 100%, mentally and physically. Do we see a different Rhea Ripley, or do we see more of the same?
I think she should come back more aggressive.
I think she should.
I think it's what's needed.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of cross the two of how she's been since, leaving Judgment Day, and then a little bit more of that Judgment Day aggression. So she could still be mommy, but just be more aggressive with it.
Yeah, I would say that point where she was right after she left Judgment Day, that's where they need to put her. Yeah. Because it was just enough babyface to call her babyface, but also a lot more of her heel persona that made us fall in love with her in the first place.
Exactly.
Just because you're a babyface don't mean you have to go completely, white meat babyface. You can still have an edge to you.
Absolutely. And it seems like and the thing with her is everything that has helped her evolve her character has worked. So you can always find something that's going to work with her.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think with her character, she doesn't want to lose herself, because this is actually more of an extension of her, more or less.
So turn it up some more. That's the best characters. It's yourself turned up. I think she just needs to turn up a bit more.
Maybe that's it. More aggression.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Io Sky. That's so wrong. Io Sky needs to go back tonight.
Wow. First of all, let's make sure we blank that out, because I am not trying to offend. First of all,
so we do not agree with that, but
no.
So but aside from that, I'm confused at what this means. Are you saying she should go back to being a heel?
Because I think that's what it's like when she was with the
Damage
Bailey's
Control
group. Damage Control. I think her mean streak made her a better wrestler.
Yeah, because I don't think
there's no problem with her as a wrestler at all.
There's no problem with her wrestling.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah. Maybe I'm being a better wrestler, but a better character, I should say.
I will say this. I miss the Josie Judas. I miss that. This new fun-loving, nice girl, EO, is great and all. I don't necessarily want her to turn heel, but I want her to get pissed off enough of someone to go back to Josie Judas. I just don't know how they're going to do that.
I agree.
But the thing is, what she did with Liv a couple of times before their match at SummerSlam, she had a little bit of that mean streak in her.
Yeah. They need to give her a little bit more of that.
I think maybe just having a feud with someone to kind of bring that out of her is what she needs.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe if she get into a program with like a Roxanne, I think that would be good for her.
I would love that.
She needs a really personal feud, not just over a title, but over someone she just,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I said Roxanne instead of Raquel.
Exactly. Yeah, just I hate you feud.
Yeah, she definitely needs that.
Yeah, Roxanne hasn't really done much, so that would definitely help.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with her, and this whole Judgment Day breakup that we're waiting on, that they've been teasing, and then they don't tease it.
Right.
All right. Trick Williams should have started on SmackDown in the main event picture and remained there. He never did the U.S. title.
I'm not. I don't agree with that hot take.
I don't agree with that. I mean,
I'm not going.
He was in the right place.
I'm going to say the U.S. title helped, but we should have gotten a lot more of him and Carmelo.
Yeah, and way less Yachty.
Way less.
Yes. I mean,
now that's something he doesn't need. He doesn't need Yachty. I think what they should do, because Carmelo was putting on banger matches week after week, and Trick is probably the most entertaining guy in the company today. I think they should have made them their next Stone Cold and Rock, and by that I mean have them develop together. Because they it's like The Rock and Austin, they developed together. First, they were fighting over the Intercontinental title when they had a really serious feud, and then they both moved to the main event.
So you don't necessarily
the world title,
right? Yeah.
So
with Trick Williams, you already had, you knew you got something, and the U.S. title was definitely a good test that he passed with flying colors, and you don't necessarily need to put him to put Trick Mello game together again.
Oh no, I'm not saying put them together again. I'm saying put them in some matches.
Put them in a program together. That's what he's saying. Put them in a program against each other.
Yeah, let them fight over the U.S. title, and then eventually let them grow into the main event picture. Let them fight over that.
Right.
Yeah, that I agree with.
I wouldn't have started him out in the main event just because the main event picture is already kind of busy right now. But I mean, he's going to get there soon enough. So
just give it.
As a matter of fact, Trick in the Bank. I'll just say that.
I like that.
I mean, I would look. Boy, can you imagine coming out with that briefcase?
With the white feather briefcase.
I might buy that.
With diamonds. With diamonds, the Money in the Bank logo and diamonds on the side.
Oh my gosh.
I see the merch for that already.
Man. If there is diamonds on it, I'm getting it.
Yep. I already know.
Trick in the Bank. I'm calling it
Trick in the Bank.
Man.
Let's talk about it.
Obafemi should be undefeated.
That's not a hot take. That should just be true. But he wasn't undefeated.
He wasn't undefeated in NXT.
But that's true because he lost to Ricky Saints and Javon.
Yeah, but that's NXT. I guess they mean on the main roster. So my take on this, should he be undefeated? Yes. Am I mad that he's not? Considering he has one loss and he really went over in that one loss, I got no complaints. He lost to Brock Lesnar and he lost one match out of 3.
Took 7 F5s.
Right. He took 7 F5s, won through a table, and got back up. He got back up from the one on the table, and all it did was piss him off.
Exactly.
That was actually, I think, their best match.
Yeah,
I would say so.
Yeah.
You don't say so because
I give you that. I give you that.
So yeah, he should be, but what they've done with him now, he shouldn't lose for quite some time. Like, we should be at the end of 2027 before he loses a match.
So that kind of contradicts what you mentioned earlier about Braun and Oba. I'm sorry.
Oh shit! Yeah,
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying?
I mean, dominant forces can still be out, but it's like everybody can't be a Goldberg. It's like,
what was it? 156-0 before he lost.
oh Lord, yeah, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. This whole Braun and Oba thing, I mean, it's great in theory, but one of them has to lose, and damn sure it shouldn't be Oba. And I hate for it to be Braun.
Yeah,
so
I mean, only one left.
Yeah. That much choice.
Well, of course, I believe if you book it right, it's not going to hurt either one.
If you book it right,
that part.
Oh, but I don't. Okay, if you book it right and Braun loses, it's not going to hurt anyone. If Oba loses, it's going to look stupid to me.
Depends on how he loses. Depends on how he loses.
I mean,
that's always the key.
Braun ain't
like
Brock.
If he loses by, the dirtiest tactics,
well, they're gonna pull out a stun gun like Scott Hall did.
But no, not that.
No, not
that was terrible.
Oh.
And then have him get arrested the next night. Maxine can put charges on him.
Oh Lord. Okay, let's
let's
move on to the next one because that's bad memories.
You're rage baiting, Clinton. You're rage baiting.
I have PTSD from WCW. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Braun, stop putting Braun with other people unless it's Baron Corbin.
He doesn't need to be with Baron Corbin. He needs to be solo.
Yeah, exactly. No pun intended. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wolf Dogs.
The Vision project has failed. Let's just dump it.
And it wasn't even their fault.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. It just...
That was just horrible luck.
Things happen. But yeah, Braun needs to be solo. I think that's all that needs to be said about that.
No, it can't even save Austin Theory.
Nah. I know you haven't thought of this, but let her wrestle longer than 2 minutes and actually have her win sometimes. Ding, 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 ding. Because this is supposed to be a big star from Japan, and this is supposed to be like, she's supposed to be a big deal, but I couldn't tell by watching her on SmackDown.
They did her so wrong.
They have.
Yeah, and I don't think and I would say...
Did she get squashed recently?
Yeah, to Lash Legend. But I would say she got called up too quickly. You could have done a little bit more with her.
No, I don't think she got called up too quickly. They called her up without having a clear direction of what they were going to do.
There you go. Until they had a plan, and until they had a long-term plan for her, they should have just kept her in NXT.
Exactly.
They called her up because she was hot, but they had nothing to do with her. That's also the downside to the whole NXT thing. Some of these guys you bring up to a roster that's already so big, there's nowhere for them to fit, really.
It's just terrible.
There's only so many times you can have Javon win 2 matches and lose 1 and get mad and then repeat the process. He loses too much. They need to put him against different opponents. I get you're not exactly going to be putting a title on him anytime soon, which I don't agree with. I think by the end of the year, maybe Intercontinental title.
At some point.
Beginning of next year, maybe. But yeah, he doesn't need to be losing that. I mean, I get you, not necessarily undefeated, but
I guess they're looking at his age standpoint, that he's so young that his bounce back time frame is so long that they can afford losses on the front end.
Yeah, but you can also kill his momentum quickly, and then when it's time for him to start really getting a push, no one's going to care.
But given who his backstage work parents are, and he's in company with a Seth. He's in company with
Becky.
With Becky and with Roman. So I've heard too. I mean, he's in a good place to where he can learn to pick up some things and just maybe finding a way to implement those things more in the ring. So now they can say, okay, we don't need to have him lose as much.
He doesn't need to lose against Cass. I know Cass is the new guy in town. They gotta make him look strong. Just if you want Cass to start out with a win, don't let it be against Javon.
Yeah,
Just
that's a good point.
No,
right.
You know, put him in the actual pro. I thought they were going to put him in the program with Ethan for a while.
That would have been fire. But they just did that one blow off match, and that was it.
I mean, and not that I hate that Chad won the title, but they should have put the title on Ethan and then had Chad take it off, or have Javon take it off. One of those two. You can still have Javon take it off Chad. That won't necessarily be a bad thing.
You still could have had like a four-man match or a three-way match, and Chad still could have won it that way.
Oof.
I mean, there's still time. Put him in a feud with Ethan and let that kind of evolve into a feud with Rusev and have him go over both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Put Ego back in his damn theme. Now, I think he, in an interview, said that he got tired of it.
Chris Van Vliet, I saw it.
So,
no high take to have on that. The man said it himself. He
I
won
mean,
it.
is that the only complaint we have about Ethan Page right now?
That's not the only complaint.
And then the current theme really isn't even that bad.
It's not.
Now, I got bigger fish to fry than his thing, like the fact that he was the one that beat Penta.
Right.
On Saturday night's main event. And then Chad could have won it off him.
Exactly.
I mean, it wouldn't have been the whole full circle thing, but let's say, Ethan and Rusev are going around trying to rip guys' masks off, and Chad wants to come in and defend him, and he is the one that beats him for the belt.
They still could do that.
Oh.
They still could. They still could.
I'd rather them be tag champs than the Vision right now.
You know what? That's a good move right there, Curtis. Let them be tag champs.
Or Ethan, like we said, he can beat Chad, and then Javon can beat Ethan.
Yeah.
But yeah, his theme is the least of my worries. But yeah,
it's right.
Yeah, I think he asked for it to be taken out, so we'll just move past that.
You even said, "Oh, they don't like it. Screw them."
Exactly. Let her go. You've done enough.
You know what? I say, as much as we'll miss Big Booty Bailey, I think she would benefit from going somewhere else right now, just because. Well, I think this is a twofold thing. The Raw women's division it's just now got a shot in the arm, it's got a little better. The SmackDown women's division is fully stacked. So Bailey has done everything.
So when you say put her somewhere else, you mean like AAA or NXT, or do you mean like AEW?
I think
TNA.
AEW. Maybe if she decides to do a stint in New Japan, AAA, I think would be good. Or CMLL at this point, TNA, shoot, somewhere else.
Japan would be good. Let her do a tour in Japan, and then go to AEW, and she's got a built-in feud with Mercedes.
Yep, that's what I think.
So,
or let her go to TNA and help build up their women's roster.
Yeah, so I mean,
bring back her and Jordan Grace back to TNA. Boom.
Oh, good Lord, yeah, because they wasted Jordan Grace so bad. But yeah, I really can't argue with this because I can't think of anything else for her to do.
Not in WWE. She's done everything.
All right, Jade Cargill should never lost a championship match at WrestleMania. Considering,
I agree.
I mean, hindsight being 2020, plus I would. Okay, at the time, I would have been fine with either result, with Rhea or Jade. But hindsight being 2020, seeing that injury, Jade should have kept it. Because a heel champion is always best. Especially when you got all this stuff going on with Charlotte now. But let me ask you this. Let's say Jade kept the belt at WrestleMania. would we have Chelsea with the belt now?
No.
And hell, even with that, we don't know how that's going to work out. We still don't
Here's
know
my
what
thing though. You've spent all this time and effort to build Jade up to be this dominant heel.
and you
put her in
and you gave her sidekicks.
And you gave her sidekicks, but you put her in situations to now where she's taking losses on SmackDown versus a big rival match that could have been on a PLE or even a Saturday Night's Main Event. So now she's kind of what do you do now with Jade?
Yeah, they need to build her back up. If they do take the belt off Chelsea, it needs to go back to Jade.
Definitely.
Or at least Money in the Bank.
I think instead of money, I think in the Money in the Bank briefcase should be the title if Chelsea's going to be out.
Yeah. Money in the Bank for the belt. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
All right. Carmelo Hayes should still be carrying SmackDown. We said this, putting on banger matches weekly instead of disappearing.
That's not a hot take. That's just the truth.
Yeah, that's just truth. Yeah.
I
mean, even without the belt, he should just be on there, building up a following. And
let's think about the matches he was having with Dragunov were great matches.
Incredible. He's got the mic skills to go.
Goes back to the Dragunov point.
He can go on the mic as well.
Exactly. He's always, because he's him.
Exactly. In more ways than one.
And Melo don't miss.
Exactly. So I don't think there's much else to say about that.
Yeah.
Put her in the bloodline. I'm trying to see something. Now, I said a long time ago.
Yeah, you did.
That Nia and Tamina and Naomi should be in the bloodline. Back when Tamina was still there. But Nia and them.
But think about it. You have a women's faction now, especially when you got toxic Fatal Influence.
Well, that was before Fatal Influence came along.
But what I'm saying is, if you put it in there now, with Naomi returning back, you can kind of do something there with that.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Naomi having been a heel when she left and having lost the title without losing it, that would be a good angle to get her back in the title picture, put her in the bloodline. And Nia, put Nia in there too, because Lash needs to start her singles run.
At some point, yeah.
I think Lash just has to get a little bit better on the mic.
Which won't take much. It ain't gonna take much.
Also, too, I think
she's got potential.
I think, definitely. And I think, too, Nia kind of helps cover up some of the stuff with Lash's wrestling, even though her wrestling's not bad.
It's not bad. It just needs a little more polish. Yeah, I would say, it just needs a little extra touch here and there. But I mean, it's not bad. She is not as, and I don't want to say bad, she is not as unready as Nia was when she went to the main roster.
No. I think Lash, she does moves, but she doesn't tell a story in the ring.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, both of them got called up a bit too early. Nia, I think, needed another year in NXT, and Lash could have used
about another 6 months. And 6 months in NXT, she would have been good.
At tops, yeah.
Yeah.
Fatal Influence shouldn't have touched tag titles before
the baddies. Before the baddies.
You know what? Yeah, if you keep the belt on Jade and have them be the tag champs and just have them just be the dominant force in the women's division, it's going to make all three of them look better.
I think Fatal Influence should have won the titles off the baddies.
In a triple threat, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only problem was the timing in which the baddies were put together, because it was only probably 2 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yeah, they should have done it way before then.
Yeah.
Or when she first won the title, they should have set that up.
Definitely.
Yeah, that they probably would have the tag titles if it wasn't for that, I believe.
Yeah, I get they're trying to make Fatal Influence a dangerous force, but to jump the line ahead of them, yeah. Cody, yes. This is not even a hot take. This is not a hot take at all.
Man,
Cody
we've been
Rhodes.
saying this for about almost a good 6 months to a year.
Oh my
For 2
gosh.
years. Has it been 2 years? I would say right after the Cena stuff, at least a year. I don't know if I
say a year and a half. I say about 6 months after he finished his story. They should have gone ahead and went this route.
That's not even. Yeah, we're not even going to waste time on that. Absolutely.
I did say that was a concern. I mean, if you give him the title and have him finish the story, okay. Now he's finished the story. Now what?
The best time for him to turn heel would have been a year ago. The second best time is now.
If he gets the title back, he needs to go Homelander immediately. He gets the title back.
I wouldn't even wait for him to get the title back. I say this feud with Orton should corrupt him, so to speak.
First of all, he had a banger line though in his promo Friday night. He said, "Look around, Randy. You're the only legend left, and you call yourself the legend killer. Who kills you?"
Yeah, exactly. And that was
the best line.
And that's a perfect opportunity for a double turn.
Yep. Exactly. I was about to say that.
You let Orton finish up the rest of his time as a face, and he can retire, and you turn Cody. There you go. But yeah, this is just common sense right here. We're not even going to waste more time on that. Since Cody's Homelander, make Ricky Starks the deep.
What? Oh, come on, man.
I'm not. I ain't got no comment. I'm not saying nothing about
this. No comment. And I like Ricky Starks, but
let's just move on.
Yeah. It's only so many times you can give the Street Profits the tag titles when we specifically asked for a Montez singles push. So here's the problem. I don't think Montez wants to leave
that's his call,
in the dirt.
That's his call.
However, we asked for this, 4 or 5 years ago?
At least
5 years ago. So
when he
started, man would be world champ already.
We started doing those high ass frog splashes and diving over the turnbuckle posts. That's when we said it. But he's loyal to his boy, and we can't.
Shout out to loyalty like that. I mean, that shows that ex-military background.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
I think most of those we ended up actually agreeing with.
Yeah.
So does anybody happen to have a hot take that wasn't mentioned before that maybe should have been included?
Not so much a hot take, but I will say that we had a little thing. I'm not sure if we've recorded this or posted this, but it was a would you rather. Would you rather go after Bianca or Jade? I said Jade because I don't want the military background in Montez Ford stalking me. That was one of the main reasons.
So Jade's husband is a former baseball player. That means he carries the baseball bat. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to mess with either one of them.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's more dangerous, a guy with a baseball bat or a guy with military training?
And intelligence.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's put it like this. No, not just a guy with a baseball bat, a former MLB baseball player with a bat.
I'm still more afraid of the Marine.
I'm still afraid of the military training.
Is he a Marine or was he just
a Marine?
I'm not messing with a Marine. No.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not.
If he was a Green Beret or a Navy SEAL, I've been way more scared. But I'm still thinking baseball bat weapon. My head is a baseball. All of a sudden, now he's hitting 450 foot home run. Nah, I'm not messing with either one of those. I'm sorry. I will be blind to both of those women.
Well, Naya's single, so
yeah.
That's the safest bet.
Yeah,
safest bet right there.
She gonna be single for a while, apparently.
Because I mean, it's the baseball player or the Marine or Jimmy Uso. I don't think I want to mess with.
No, because that family way too big. First of all, it's definitely not Naomi. I'm not mess with that family no.
Too deep.
First of all, Jacob on that side. I'm good.
Never mind.
No,
you're right.
I'm about to say, because if you've heard Jacob in the interview that he did with Matt Barnes, that is a real street dude. A real street dude. I'm not gonna say not the real. I'm not gonna say that word on here, but you listen to this interview. He's that real dude.
He's been in prison. You don't mess with that.
I say this. I say this, and I don't know if he's ever mentioned it in an interview, but he wears a lot of red, and that's all I'll say.
He's done the signs too. That man, he's affiliated at the very least.
And not just because he's 49 of faithful either. And I'm afraid
that part
exactly. Yeah.
Because notice he don't say cuz. He don't say cuz. That's all I'm saying.
We'll leave it at that.
We ain't going no further than that.
We leaving that alone right there.
But you guys tell us, are there any hot takes that you want to bring up? Or maybe something, or add a comment about the hot takes we've kind of discussed today. Be sure to leave a comment below, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hey, give us a shout out and we'll give you a shout out. So, but again, fellas, as always, we're looking at an interesting time as far as WWE. And soon we're going to be talking more about what's been happening with AEW, but they got brewing going on as far as going toward All In at the end of this month.
Now, All In is going to be a banger. As a matter of fact, next week, I think we need to just stick with AEW. Unless WWE does something, groundbreaking next week, I think we need to focus on AEW because the whole thing with Ospreay and Omega and the Death Riders, I mean, they got a lot going on right now.
Get your popcorn ready.
And don't forget about Mercedes and Willow.
Oh, that's gonna be a banger right there. That's gonna be a banger.
Hey, so for the fellas, as always, you know who we are and you know where we are. We're ringside right now. We'll holler at y'all next time.